Good morning, everyone. Dear students, let's continue the chapter Should Wizard Hit Mommy by John Updike. Jack, the father, was telling his daughter the story of Rosa Skunk. When Rosa Skunk went to the wise old owl to solve his problem, he told the owl that he smelled very bad, and the other creatures ran away from him. The owl suggested him to go to the wizard. He went to the wizard, and the wizard changed his foul smell into the smell of roses. Continue. He posed as a rapt expression widened out from his daughter's nostrils, forcing her eyebrows up and her lower lip down in a wide, noiseless grin, an expression in which Jack was startled to recognize his wife feigning pleasure at cocktail party. Startled means surprised, grin means laugh. Jack stopped for a little while with wide expression. He was looking at his daughter, her eyebrows up and her lower lip down. She was smiling. This was the expression which Jack had noticed her wife making in the cocktail party. All of a sudden, he whispered, the whole inside of the wizard's house was full of smell of roses. Just then, the house of wizard was filled with the smell of roses. Rosa Fish cried, and the wizard said, very cranky, that will be 7 pennies. The wizard asked 7 pennies. Daddy, what, Rosa Skunk? You said Rosa Fish. Yes, Skunk. You said Rosa Fish. What's that silly? Very silly of your stupid old dad. Where was I? Well, you know about the pennies. Her father told Rosa Fish to know whether the child was listening with rapt attention. Just then the girl told that it was Rosa Skunk, not the Rosa Fish. Just then her father felt sorry and he asked where he was. Say it. Okay, Rosa Skunk said, but all I have is 4 pennies. He began to cry. When the wizard asked for 7 pennies, the creature told that he had only 4. Joe made the crying face again. Joe was also about to weep, but this time without a trace of sincerity. Trace means sign. But now there was no sign of sincerity on her face, because she knew very well that the wizard would guide the creature to go to the well, and the creature would bring the pennies from there, and the problem will be solved, because each story was a slight variation of the previous one. This annoyed Jack. Jack was angry. Downstairs, some more furniture rumbled. Claire shouldn't move heavy things. She was 6 months pregnant. It would be their third. Because downstairs, the furniture rumbled. Because Claire was painting the furniture. She was 6 months pregnant. It would be their third child. So the wizard said, oh, very well. Go to the end of the lane and turn around 3 times. Look down the magic well. There you will find 3 pennies. After that, the wizard said the creature should go to the street and he should take 3 turns, and there would be a well. From that well, he could find 3 pennies. Hurry up. So Rosa Skunk went to the end of the lane, turned around 3 times, and there in the magic well were 3 pennies. So he took them back to the wizard and was very happy and ran out into the woods, and all the other little animals gathered around him because he smelled so good. And they played tag, baseball, football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, soccer, pick-up sticks. They played so many games. What's pick-up sticks? The girl wanted to know what pick-up stick was. It's a game you play with sticks, like the wizard's magic wand. Because she is getting the reasoning power, she asked whether it was like the wand of the magic, kind of. And then they played games and laughed all afternoon. Then it began to get dark. They all ran home to their mummies. Jo was starting to fuss with her hands and look out of the window at the crack of the day that showed under the shade. The child was not about to sleep. She thought that the story was over, because when the creature went to home, they enjoyed dinner. After that, the story was over, and it was she was seeing the light which was coming from the curtain. She thought the story was over. Jack didn't like women when they took everything for granted. He liked them apprehensive. Apprehensive means doubtful. Hanging on his words. Now, Joe, are you listening? Yes. Because this very interesting. Rosa Skunk's mommy said, what's that awful smell? That day, Jack was giving a turn to the story because he wanted to teach her daughter something true, that mothers were always right. And he continued, when Rosa Skunk went to her mother, she asked from where he had got that smell. Rosa Skunk said, "It's me, mommy. I smell like roses." And she said, "Who made you smell like that?" And he said, "The wizard." She said, "Well, of all the nerve." Of all the nerve means in complete anger. "You come with me, and we are going right back to that very awful wizard." She went to the wizard with her child. Joe sat up, her hands dabbling in the air with genuine fright. Joe was afraid, and she was moving her arms, waving her arms in the air. "But Daddy," then he said, "about the other little animals run away." And she was confused what would be there with the creature, because other animals ran away from him. Her hands skittered off into the underneath. "All right," he said, "but mommy, all the other little animals run away." She said, "I don't care. You smell the way a little skunk should have, and I am going to that very right back to that wizard." She took an umbrella, went back with Rosa Skunk, and hit that wizard right over the head. When the creature told her mother that other animals ran away from him, the mother told that she didn't bother. And she went to the wizard. She hit the wizard with an umbrella. "And no," Joe said, and put her hand to touch his lips. Joe picked the lips of her father. Even in her agitation, didn't quite dare to stop the source of truth. Agitation means anger, but in her anger also, the child was not able to stop the truth. Inspiration came to her. Just then an idea came into her mind. Then the wizard hit her on the head and didn't change the little skunk back. She told her father that he must end the story. Then the wizard hit the mommy with the same umbrella and didn't change the smell. "No," he said. The wizard said, "Okay." And Rosa Skunk didn't smell of roses anymore. He smelled very bad again. "But the other little animals?" "Johnny, it's Daddy's story." "Shall Daddy not tell you any more stories?" Her broad face looked at him through sifted light. She was looking at her father from the light which was coming from curtain. Astounded, she was very surprised. This is what happened. Then Rosa Skunk and his mommy went home, and they heard woo woo. It was the choo-choo train bringing Daddy Skunk home from Boston. Just then, his father came from Boston. They had lime beans, celery, liver, mashed potato, pie. Pie means Swedish. Oh, my desert. And when Rosa Skunk was in bed, Mommy Skunk came up and hugged him and said he smelled like her little baby skunk again, and she loved him very much, and that's the end of the story. When they enjoyed dinner, they slept. The mother loved her child, and she was proud that her child was having the same smell which God had given them, and it was their smell to protect them from predators. But Daddy, what? Then did the other little animals run away? No, because eventually they got used to the way he was and didn't mind it at all. When the girl asked whether other animals ran away from him, her father told in negative. He told that other animals became habitual with the passage of time. What's eventually? In a little while. That was a stupid mommy. But the girl was not satisfied, because the world of children is a magic world. They live in romance. They don't know that reality is somewhat different. It was not, he said with rare emphasis, and believed from her expression that she realized he was defending his own mother to her. Her father was able to understand that the child had understood that her father was protecting her mother while telling the story in this way. "Now I want you to put your big heavy head in the pillow and have a good long nap." He adjusted the shade so even a crack of day showed. Her father told that now the child should sleep, and he adjusted the curtains in such a way that no light should come in, and tiptoed to the door. Without any voice, he went towards the door. in the pretense that she was already asleep. He was making a show that the child was asleep, but when he turned, she crouched on top of covers and staring at him. Get under the covers and fall asleep. Bobby asleep. Her father rebuked her that her brother was sleeping. She must sleep. She stood up and bounced gingerly on the springs. She started jumping on the mattress. Daddy, what? Tomorrow I want you to tell me the story that wizard took that magic wand and hit that mommy. She compelled her father that he must tell the story the other day that the magician hit the mommy and gave the child the smell of roses. Her plump arms chopped forcefully. She was waving her arms with force right over the head and was making the acting of hitting the mom. That's not the story. The point is that the little skunk loved his mommy more than he loved all the other animals, and she knew what was right. Her father told that the creature was able to understand that his mother loved him very well, and he didn't bother about other creatures. No, tomorrow you say he hit that mommy. Do it. She kicked her legs up and sat down on the bed with a great heave and complaint of springs. The girl was not convinced. She had complaints, as he had done hundreds of times before, except that this time she didn't laugh. Earlier also she used to make complaints, but now she was very serious. Say it, Daddy, and told that her father must promise that he will change the story the next day. Well, we will see. Now at least have a rest. Stay on the bed. You are a good girl. He closed the door and went downstairs. Jack closed the door and went downstairs towards his wife Claire. Claire had spread the newspaper and opened the paint can, and wearing an old shirt of his on top of her maternity smock, was stroking the chairs with the dipped brush. About him footsteps vibrated, and he called Johnny. Shall I come up there and spank you? Spank means hit on the mouth, and footsteps hesitated. When he came downstairs to help his wife Claire paint the furniture, the child at the same time came downstairs. That was a long story, Claire said. The wife was complaining that was a long story because he was not able to help his wife. The poor kid, he answered, and with utter weariness watched his wife labor. Weariness means tiredness. He was deadly tired, and he was watching his wife, the woodwork, a case of moldings and rails and baseboards all around them. So much furniture was spread there to paint, was half old tan and half new ivory, and he felt caught in an ugly middle position. And though he as well felt his wife's presence on the case with him, he didn't want to speak with her, work with her, touch her, anything. Though he knew very well that his wife was also caught in the web of responsibilities, he didn't want to touch her or speak with her because he himself was not able to understand what to do, whether he should help the child or he should help his wife. In this way, the story leaves a question before the reader: should wizard hit mommy? Whether the wizard should hit mommy and give the smell of roses to the creature, or the creature should be there with the foul smell once again. Okay.